Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL championship game!
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the four-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Neshannock Wildcats are the WPIAL champions!
Elwood City, WPIAL champions for the first time in school history!
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again! The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss! A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn, fake it to Maples, keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him? No! I think he got in! He's down! Will he get it? Lawrence State Championship!
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt. Memorial Spartans three-peat.
And Neshannock is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Live from North Allegheny High School, it's high school basketball on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Tonight, it's the Class AA girls basketball semifinals as the number 2 seed Neshannock takes on the 3rd-seeded Serra Catholic Eagles. Tonight's broadcast on the Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George keeping promises for over 80 years. The Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. Pontius Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free. Crane Room Grill, family-owned restaurant, brewery, and banquet center. Tri-County Principals Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. I'm Randy Gore along with Lee Moen for today's broadcast. My pleasure to pinch hit here tonight on the Lawrence County Sports Network, but should be a lot of fun. The Neshannock Lancers 22-2 overall, 11-1 out of Section 1, the reigning WPIAL champions and PIAA runners-up. Serra Catholic 20-1 overall. They were undefeated section champs out of Section 2. And as we said, they are the number 3 seed. As we begin the pregame show, your insurance company the pregame show brought to you by LGKG. Your insurance company is not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for a free consultation. Luxembourg, Garbett, Kelly, and George keeping promises for over 80 years. And Lee, as we said, great matchup. This is also a rematch of last year's WPIAL championship game, and ironically enough, it was played right here at North Allegheny. So same team, same site, just different round. This year, it's for the right to go to the Peterson Event Center.
And you were about 30 rows lower doing the PA announcer. Now we're just 30 rows higher. Yeah, same group of players for Neshannock. Only one returning starter for the Serra Catholic Eagles, and they're sort of limping into the playoffs right now, missing a couple of their key starters due to injuries, and it's gonna be a tough road for them tonight. But Coach Bacco likes his chances here tonight. You know, the defense has been rolling for him, and they're got to get a great defensive effort tonight.
Defense always travels, and these are two defensive-minded teams. So obviously, defense is the main word for tonight. When we talked with Luann Grabowski pregame, the 13th year head coach at Neshannock and in her 42nd year of coaching overall, I'd asked her, what's the magic number for Neshannock that would make you feel good about your potential for a victory? And she said 50 points would be the magic number. You had jokingly said, well, I would have thought maybe 40 points with the defenses. And, 40 points could be the magic number. 50 points might be the comfort level magic number if you're Coach Grabowski. But nonetheless, again, it's going to be a low-scoring game. We'll see which defense prevails in the end. Neshannock, team with a ton of experience. They return everyone from last year's championship team. No seniors on last year's group. And, very, very veteran group led by Nalia Noge, 1,000 career point scorer. She achieved that very early this season, and she's a 4-year starter, one of the leaders, but you have Addie Watts, Maren Haggerty. This is a team that up and down the lineup can do a lot of good things. Serra Catholic, a team that is missing 5 different players out of the lineup tonight, and some of those are starters that will be out this evening. We'll delve into that a little bit more, but we're going to take a break as we will be back with more here on the Lawrence County Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel to embroidery and more, Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
And welcome back to North Allegheny as we wrap up the LGKG pregame show, a law firm of AV-rated attorneys and super lawyers. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George has been keeping promises for over 80 years. Call 724-201-1576. That's 724-201-1576 to let their team of attorneys guide you through the legal process. Or visit them online at lgkg.com. At Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, we try cases, and insurance companies know it. Serra Catholic visiting or taking on Neshannock. Serra Catholic will serve as the road team on the scoreboard as well as uniform color. And Neshannock in the home whites, starting lineups being introduced. Limon, we were talking about defense being paramount in this game. Your takeaways as we are about to start this contest here today.
Yeah, Neshannock they had probably the worst offensive output their last game, and they scored 35 points, but they gave up 17. It's a very, very good offensive team. So, I mean, they're going to usually shut down a lot of opponents. So, I mean, Serra Catholic's going to find a way to keep this game into 30s tonight if they want to stand any chance to win here tonight.
Now the Neshannock crowd making some noise here at North Allegheny, as you can very well hear. Public address announcer Nick Jovanovich always has the booming voice and presence here in Wexford. Let's go ahead and run down the starters for you. We'll begin first with the Serra Catholic Eagles, led by head coach Matt Bacco. In his first year at Serra Catholic, previously had spent 10 years as head coach at South Fayette with great success. For Matt Bacco's Eagles, it's number 15, 5'10 sophomore Brianna Battles. Number 23.59 senior Chloe Pordash. Number 33.56 sophomore Caitlin Cooley. Number 34.57 sophomore Kate Clark. And number 35.55 senior Macy McDonough. Again, for the Eagles, it's battles Pordash, Cooley, Clark, and McDonough. For Neshannock, led by 13th year head coach Luann Grabowski, it's number 1.56 senior Nalia Noge. Number 11.57 senior Addie Watts. Number 20.56 junior Erin Noge. Number 24, 5'11 junior Megan Pallarino, and number 34, 6'1 junior Marin Haggerty. Again, for the Lancers, Noge, Watts, Noge, Pallarino, and Haggerty.
Yeah, you say 13th year head coach, but it's like, oh, wait a minute. Let's see. No, that's right. She had 30 years previous in Newcastle. So, yeah, that makes a little bit more sense. But, yeah, she's the jumping in. Her daughter played here, Taylor, a few years back. She's on the staff here at Neshannock, and she's been a mainstay in the Newcastle area.
We have all kind of fun coaching nuggets for you tonight. Some that were dug up by Lee Moen from the Neshannock side. Some that I just have. It's a small world with the Serra Catholic Eagles, so should be a lot of fun. We'll pass some of that along to you. Neshannock wins the opening tap and are in control, moving left to right across your screen. Serra Catholic in the road uniforms, the maroon-colored uniforms, will be going right to left. As Neshannock, a very well-seasoned group, but a turnover as the ball dribbled off the foot of Erin Noge. A pass that is tipped but retrieved by Serra Catholic's Kate Clark. Into the quarter. Macy McDonough out for a three. It's Clark. No good. Rebound. Corralled by Neshannock and Nalia Noge. Again, this is a rematch of last year's WPIAL championship game played right here at North Allegheny. Of course, last year's championships, because of COVID, were played at local high schools. This year, it's back to the Peterson Event Center, which is a wonderful thing.
Amen. Trying to see what Serra Catholic's playing, almost like a 1-3-1-2-3 type zone. Mixing it up a little bit.
Coach Bacco said he's going to throw out some different defenses and see maybe what works here today, but doesn't work there. As a patient possession ends in a Megan Pallarino basket. And a near steal by Pallarino, but it will be taken away. And then with a foul by Neshannock to follow, as Addie Watts with the steal. And the foul by Macy McDonough.
Yeah, just a great extra pass there to find Pallarino with the bunny. And then the steal on the other end. This Neshannock, they'll go full court man to man. They love the trap.
Pallarino, who is a force in the paint. And the ball just juggled out of bounds by Erin Noge. So the turnover to Serra Catholic. 2-point lead for Neshannock early in the first in the WPIAL Class 2A semifinals. Ball tipped out of bounds by Erin Noge.
Erin Noge, third in the triple jump last year and 10th in the long jump on the track team here at Neshannock.
And she is, of course, the younger sister of Nalia, who was a 4-year starter on the team and team leader in assists. Second team All-State last year was older sis, Nalia.
And a 1,000-point score this year. Well, not this year, but career-wise. There you go.
Another foul upcoming on Serra Catholic. This will go. Now check that. That's on the Neshannock's Nalia Noge. So the first on her. One team foul each way.
And that's the one person you cannot get in trouble.
Well sent in, narrowly averting the 5-second violation, but the ball lost by Caitlin Cooley to Neshannock. And a runner off the backboard won't fall for Pallarino. Still 2-0. We told you this would be a defensive battle more than likely, so points will be at a premium. Starting in from out of that left wing, McDonough thought maybe she was open enough for a try, but refrained from shooting it. And instead, a pickpocket here by Addie Watts. Watts trying to go coast to coast, swatted out of there, and then dribbling into traffic, trying to go up with a shot. Was Haggerty, but that was blocked by Serra Catholic, much to the dismay of the Neshannock fans, but it's a steal on the other end by Haggerty anyway.
Yeah, Noge coming from behind to strip that, so referee's letting them play early on, Randy.
Yeah, some contact on both sides.
And I got to remember this is an LC SportsNet broadcast and make sure I get these commercials. I'm so used to working with you for North Allegheny, you know.
That's great to be here. I'm
Yeah.
Randy Gore along with Lee Moan. A lot of fun to be a part of this on the Lawrence County Sports Network tonight. Is wide open in the left corner. Three-pointer missed by Erin Nogay, and a defensive rebound corralled by Brianna Battles. Battles, who's going to be playing on the inside tonight because of injuries elsewhere, travel on Serra Catholic before that three-point shot went up. But in the regular season finale, 6-foot sophomore Riley Alabach tore her patella tendon for Serra Catholic.
I don't even know what that is.
And so without her, that means that the 5'10 Brianna Battles will be playing on the inside. And to put that in perspective, three-ball miss from the right corner there by Erin Nogay. Offensive rebound, but now a steal by Serra Catholic's Cooley, trying to go coast to coast. Cannot. Rebound, lost back to Cooley, but she was never back in bounds. Did not reaffirm herself in bounds, reassert herself in bounds, and so the possession will go to Neshannock. Just to finish the thought, Brianna Battles, to put that in perspective that she's playing on the inside, Matt Bacco said that next year they're planning on her being the starting point guard.
Yeah, so that's a little bit different role right now.
Ball thrown out of bounds again by Neshannock.
Boy, both teams really coming out sloppy here in the first half. I want to remind everybody the out-of-town scoreboard sponsored by the Crane Room. Grab a seat in the bar, the dining room, the loft, or outside on the patio. Plenty of room at the Crane Room. Stop by before or after the game or visit them online at www.craneroom.com.
Another errant pass, this time by Serra Catholic off the hands of McDonough and out of bounds. 4:17 to go in the first. 2-0 is the score remains after an initial basket early on, but a steal and lay-in. Serra Catholic now on the board on the Caitlin Cooley basket.
Yeah, Coach G not happy right now, as they referred to her in Newcastle. Now it looks like almost a box and one or a man-to-man here. You said Coach Bacco's going to switch things up.
That was, I asked him about keys of the game. He said defensively, we're going to throw some different things at them. And just to try and keep them off balance, as there is a lay-in by Addie Watts, and Neshannock returns to the lead 4-2. Right corner for the lead, off target for Caitlin Cooley. And into the forecourt comes Nalia Nogay. You mentioned she scored her 1,000th career point earlier this season. That was against Elwood City on December 13th, the 8th player in school history to reach the 1,000-point milestone. Committed to Fordham, terrific talent. And we talked as the ball taken away by Serra Catholic after that miss. When we talked with Coach Grabowski, she said that about Nalia Nogay, she's the entire package. She defends, selfless, makes the great pass, blue-collar type of player. Not necessarily a vocal leader, but she'll go out there and take care of business as she taps that ball away toward Pallarino.
Second steal for her.
Charging ahead is Haggerty. Haggerty, who can shoot it well from the outside. That time cranks one up, but grazes the rim.
Yeah, Haggerty will shoot from anywhere in the court.
A threat inside and out. The team's leading scorer is Haggerty. Up with a left, the miss, though, by Brianna Battles. Still 4-2 Neshannock. Pallarino thought about it inside pass with the defense packed in.
Yeah, I said Neshannock struggled offensively last game, but still an 18-point victory.
Yeah, 35-17 win in the quarterfinals against Shenango. That was after a blowout win against Ellis School in the first round, 65-18.
And they beat Shenango earlier in the year by 30 and by 40.
Three by Erin Nogay, an air ball. Rebounded, though, by Watts. That won't fall. Watts will try again. No. Rebound. And Haggerty with the basket and the foul.
Not once, but twice, but the third time finally getting that offensive rebound. Haggerty thought she was going to be too deep underneath the basket there, but she was able to get that ball off the board and get the foul. Good job by Addie Watts, though, keeping that ball alive.
Maren Haggerty converts on the free throw, so a three-point play. She averages 17.9 points per game, does Maren Haggerty. First team All-State pick last year, out of bounds off of Neshannock.
Nogay again knocking it out of bounds.
7-2 in favor of the Lancers. Pass tipped again by Watts. Hands everywhere for the Lancers. And in transition, the turnover leads the points. Pallarino collects the bucket and a timeout called by Serra Catholic.
And it's a Parsons Insurance timeout. It's being brought to you by Parsons Insurance. Just like the teams go to the sideline to listen to their coach and discuss their needs. It's what you get at Parsons Insurance. They put their attention to things you own, so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at ParsonsInsurance.com. Parsons Insurance. Love the life you live. Worry-free.
So the timeout by Matt Bacco, the first-year head coach at Serra Catholic, has led this team to the semifinals and taking over for longtime head coach Bill Cleary, who had won 657 games, 4 WPIAL titles in 34 years. And we talked with Coach Bacco, said, well, kind of big shoes to fill. And I know Coach Bacco comes with a great resume from South Fayette, where he won a WPIAL title. But he had said, we've been a part of this tradition as well. His family, Matt Bacco, played basketball and baseball. He's a 1997 graduate of Serra Catholic. His sister was the point guard on the 2005 state championship team, and she's also an assistant coach now. So Serra Catholic knows about the winning tradition, and they are back here in the semifinals under Coach Matt Bacco. Now, out of the timeout, they had a turnover and then a missed three-pointer by Neshannock, who leads 9-2. And Neshannock oftentimes creates a lot of points off of turnovers. We saw that becoming prevalent there before the timeout. So Matt Bacco trying to shut that down. Up with a left hand, the miss by Caitlin Cooley. And ball loose there for a moment. And, boy, frantic play here. And eventually a foul comes.
That's doing Chloe Portash.
Chloe Portash, the 5'9" senior. She is the only senior, or only returning starter, I should say, on this team. Not the only senior, but the only returning starter. Strong sophomore class for Serra Catholic, but Portash headed to the College of Wooster, which is a Division III school in Ohio, a part of the NCAC conference.
Very good restaurant called The Barn in Wooster, Ohio.
So if you ever go on, so you're saying if you ever go out to watch Chloe Portash play a basketball game, you know where to eat before or after.
Yeah, that's a plug.
Well, it will be Serra Catholic basketball after another miss. Neshannock seems to be a little cold from the field to start. However, they are still leading 9-2, and that's been the defense. However, the defense beat up the floor here, but a miss on the bunny by Kate Clark. She'll try it again, and no good on the second try as that shot appeared to be blocked by Haggerty. Down to the final 30 seconds of the first. 7-point lead for Neshannock, and then a giveaway to Kate Clark. Clark pulls up in the lane, off the front rim, rebound, and there is Callie Cunningham off the bench, the 5'7" senior with the reverse. 9-4 the score, waning seconds here in the first period. Erin Nogue, 1 second. Time going to run out. Neshannock not quite aware of how much time was left in the first period. But it is a 5-point lead for Neshannock after one. We'll take a break here on the Lawrence County Sports Network and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Has your child's early education slowed down or even paused due to the pandemic? This is crucial time you can't get back. LCAP can keep your little learner on track for success. We have options for working and non-working parents with in-person childcare and age-appropriate virtual learning to keep them busy and engaged. Parents, don't hit pause on early learning. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership can jumpstart their future. Learn more at lcap.org.
That was awesome.
And welcome back to North Allegheny High School neutral site for tonight's Class 2A girls basketball semifinal between Neshannock and Serra Catholic. The Lancers leading 9-4 thus far. And, we said coming in, scoring would be at a premium. A bit of a frantic first period, but the Lancers had the better of it, leading 9-4.
Yeah, I think some of the scoring, though, there should be a lot more scoring. It's just a lot more turnovers right now. Both teams really not playing too well here in this first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of times, you look at a low score and you ask, was it good defense or poor shooting? I think maybe a little of both.
Yeah.
But there's a basket and a foul for Kate Clark.
They're picking up that loose ball. Good job by Kate Clark getting underneath there. Yeah. Serra Catholic could not afford to be down by 10, 12. I don't think they're going to have the manpower to come back if they fall behind that far.
Yeah, with so many injured players, we told you 5 players out tonight, including the 6-foot Riley Allebach. And
it's amazing how they made it this far with all the injuries.
A 20-1 record, no less. And free throw good, so Kate Clark converts on the three-point play. Coach Bacco said with duct tape and bubble gum and making it here, but there's a lay-in for Neshannock to extend the lead to 11-7. Under 7 to play in this second quarter. Nalia Nogue will back it off, trying to force the issue. Caitlin Cooley, near steal by Clark. Check that by Pordash, rather. But there is a takeaway by Caitlin Cooley. Serra Catholic able to force some turnovers and create basket opportunities, as now it's just a 2-point game. Watts through traffic, partially blocked, and before it bounces out of bounds, well, we have a whistle.
I think Addie Watts was on the baseline saying it was out of bounds.
So it was indeed touched by Watts out of bounds. Late whistle there on that occasion, but it will stay with Serra Catholic. It's a 2-point lead for Neshannock at 11-9.
Yeah, Hunter Newman into the game for the Lancers. A very, very, very good softball player. She's got a lot of talent there.
Missed most of last year with an arm injury, Hunter Newman. Fake pass inside by Cunningham. Thinking about the 3 there was Kate Clark. She'll try the 3. Back iron. Rebound corralled by Pallarino.
Boy, good luck.
Pallarino averages 12 points per game. Hunter Newman from the left side down to the corner, able to avoid some trouble. Swing it around to the right side, wide open. The Leah Nogue 3 front rim. Rebound corralled by Newman, however. Newman up with it strong. It is fouled along the mid blocks.
Oh, good anticipation there by Newman, getting a read off that missed shots. Knowing that's coming down, was able to corral that. Let's see who that foul is on here. What's the referee saying now?
So
the fans, the clock's running.
The scores table saying to the fans
okay,
that the public address announcer said, we are aware that the clock is running. Obviously, there's a malfunction, and they're working on that. So fans very upset. Well, while we have a moment, we have a break in the action, Lee. This matchup, of course, as we said, a rematch of last year's championship game. The final score a season ago went to Neshannock 54-44. Megan Pallarino led the Lancers with 18 points in that one. And 18 points. Nalia Nogue with 14 points. Do we need more crowd, Mike, is what we're saying? Okay.
All
right, I have it cranked.
Okay, we'll find out. It's loud for us. But
yeah, it sounds we've got a louder crowd in our headset.
Yeah, Mr. Dawson must be watching from the other end. So
on the Trib side. Okay.
Well, good. At least they're calling anyways. But anyway, looks like we got the clock set to 5:24. I never really heard a PA announcer ever say that we know the clock's running. That's a first.
Just to finish the thoughts, so
Yeah,
we're
please.
partially interrupted there on the crowd mic scenario, but Megan Pallarino had 18 points in that championship win. Nalia Nogue, 14 points. Serra Catholic was paced by Nicole Pulaski in that loss, as it were, for the Eagles. She had 15 points and 5 3-pointers. She's now a freshman at Seton Hill. Seton Hill, by the way, playing the University of Pitt Johnstown tonight in the first round of the PSAC tournament. Hunter Newman there at the line with a couple of free throws and went 0 for 2. So the score remains 11-9.
Yeah, just both teams just not shooting the ball well at all. Yeah, Hunter Newman. Every time I hear Newman, I think Seinfeld.
Hello, Newman.
You got it. And since I was a former postal employee, so
that makes you especially happy.
Yes.
Do you have a great affinity for Cliff Clavin as well? Perhaps.
No.
No. Now, why is that?
I don't know.
We near 5 minutes to go here in the second. Cliff Clavin from the sitcom Cheers, but you have to be of a certain age group to appreciate that. Probably or Newman. Hello, Newman, as well from Seinfeld. But nonetheless, we show our age. Under 5 to play. Serra Catholic trailing by 2, but with the basketball. As Caitlin Cooley, who has 4 points so far in this first half. We've got a tie-up. Heads-up play there by Addie Watts.
Well, she's been doing a little bit of everything this first half, Randy. Got 4 points or 2 points, but a couple of steals, a couple of good rebounds. This defense, again, looks like a 2-1-2 now. Coach Backo coming out and say, come on out and press.
Pass tipped up. Eventually corralled into the backcourt by Neshannock. Watts will pass it off to Nalia Nogue. Will back it off now as Cunningham comes out to defend out near the half-court logo.
She almost forced that into Haggerty. She thought she was open down low. There she is.
Double team on Haggerty, out of bounds off of Serra Catholic. Now they are collapsing on Haggerty in a hurry when that ball is sent her way.
Yeah, and Neshannock continues to try to force the ball down low.
Newman from the corner off to Nalia Nogue. Nogue, as we said, headed to Fordham University. Also was the homecoming queen at Neshannock, and she averaged 15.3 points per game last year, 12.4 points per game this year. A very well-balanced team.
Well, give credit to this Serra Catholic defense right now. Neshannock looks really confused of what to run.
And again, they have thrown an array of defenses at Neshannock. That's part of what Matt Backo told us pregame, that was part of his plan.
Well, it's working well.
He also said we had to handle the pressure of Neshannock. Speaking from the Eagles' perspective, ball out of bounds off of Haggerty.
Yeah, how about the defense there by Pordash? As Haggerty went in, Pordash was able to get the block and then went off of Haggerty.
And expecting to see, was Coach Backo, the 1-3-1 zone or 1-3-1 pressure from Neshannock. And that defensive pressure often results in transition buckets. We've got to travel on Cunningham.
That's because of the reach in there by Nogue. Coach Backo not happy. He's going to
wants a timeout. He'd been calling for a timeout for maybe 15 seconds. I saw it, but the official just finally did.
Yeah, he's going to take a puncher's insurance timeout. Love the life you live, worry free. It's only a 30-second timeout, so let's continue to dive in. This has been a very interesting ball game, to say the least. Not pretty to watch for sure from coaches' ends and fans' end right now, but. Serra Catholic can be very pleased that they're only down 11-9, especially the shorthanded they are right now. And Coach G's like, time to pull out something here. She's looking at what she can run here against his defenses that Coach Backo is going to throw at her. And you mentioned Coach Bill Cleary earlier.
Right.
He's actually keeping the book tonight here for Serra Catholic. So he's still involved, even though he officially retired from coaching.
Former athletic director, or excuse me, former head coach.
Yeah.
As we said, longtime head coach at Serra Catholic.
Yeah, last year we had, 75 years of coaching experience and about 1,200 wins, I think it was. 1,293 wins, I think it was, between both the coaches.
Coach Grabowski earning her 700th career win against Sewickley on January 24th. Well over 200 wins while at Neshannock for Coach Grabowski. And currently at 707 wins, hoping for 708 here tonight. But after another turnover, Serra Catholic trying for a shot, but that one missed in the lane. Now Neshannock the other way, still holding a 2-point lead. We expected this to be a low-scoring game. It has been. Newman from the blocks, a back rim, rebounded by Battles. Battles into the corner with that look to Cooley. Moves in baseline, kick out, Cunningham, head fake, looks to Cooley again. Cunningham from the wing. And she travels. Oh, out the wide open. She knew it, puts her hands up on her head. What did I do?
Yeah, Cal, you can do that when you're an all-section soccer player, but not as a basketball player.
Cunningham, member of the soccer team at Serra Catholic, one that has produced a lot of victories in program history and some great players as well. From the left corner, Haggerty trying a three. With the rebound volleyballed around, eventually Pordash corrals it. So it stays 11-9. We've been stuck at this score for quite some time. 3-ball, Clark, no. Rebound, Haggerty on the long rebound. Haggerty will charge ahead, lost the handle, and out of bounds to Serra Catholic. Well, one would think with the experience level of Neshannock, rightly, that this would not be a nerves thing. You wouldn't imagine that that's the case, is it?
You wouldn't think so. No, I mean, they just are not playing too well right now for sure. Part of it, Serra Catholic defense, and part of it not.
Scoop try off the underside of the rim on the attempt by Cooley, then Battles loses it out of bounds.
Coach Bacco wanting a foul, but it sure, from up here, it should look like Battles just lost it.
That looked pretty clean from our perspective.
Yeah. Coach Bacco down from a different angle there.
And now Coach Grabowski wants a timeout. This will be a full timeout. We're going to pause for a break. Back with more in a moment on the Lawrence County Sports Network. And you're watching exclusive coverage on the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity is really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years. For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Yeah, we remind everybody, we're not going to get into the Red Zone bonus, but we remind everybody the bonus free throws are brought to you by the Red Zone. Stop by the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all of your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com. And on Facebook, search the Red Zone. Score big at the Red Zone. And Randy, my North Allegheny shirt back to back to back to back. The Red Zone did that for me, was able to produce that little extra, which I greatly appreciated.
Well, I can attest the Red Zone does great work based on your championship shirts.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate them. So, boy, if they were sponsoring the turnovers, we'd be reading an awful lot. Yeah.
Well, when we spoke with Luann Grabowski pregame in terms of Neshannock keys of the game, she said, take care of the basketball. Was one of them. Create transition points. They were able to do that in the first quarter, not as much in the second, and also stop penetration, in particular, on the drive and kick. And they've handled that fairly well also. But it's a 2-point lead for Neshannock, 11-9, and then a giveaway. Newman loses it. Cunningham gives it right back as the pickpocket from behind by Nalia Noge. Haggerty, 3, got it. Big triple there from Haggerty. 14-9, Neshannock.
Huge triple. Again, coming off the steal from Noge.
She had a three-point play earlier in the game. Now a three-pointer. She has 6 points. 14-9. Neshannock, and a block underneath by Haggerty. Rev her up here late in the second.
Yeah, we'll be picking a mainly chiropractic play in the game later on. Keep a couple of those in mind.
The score was 11-9 before the Haggerty three. Certainly the play of this half, a three-pointer. Then Haggerty a block out of bounds as she denies Kate Clark. Haggerty taking things over.
Yeah, these last 20 seconds, been all Haggerty with a little bit of touch of Ealges.
19 seconds remaining in the half.
Shannock jumps in the zone off the pass in.
Ball juggled by Clark. Yeah, there's Battles with the left, misses on the bunny. Still some time to work with here for Neshannock. Crowd helping out with that time. That ball released a little early there by Ealges. And she had more time to work with, but nonetheless, a late three by Haggerty and a couple of blocks lifts Neshannock to a 14-9 lead here at the half. We'll come back with some halftime numbers for you as you're watching exclusive coverage of the WPIAL playoffs here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, as well as the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods, custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
That was awesome.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
And we are back at the half from North Allegheny High School, neutral site of today's Class 2A girls basketball semifinal. Neshannock holding a 14-9 lead over Serra Catholic at the half. We made a little audio switch. So, Chris Lackner, if you're tuning in back at the Trib HSSN studios, well, crowd mic just turned off, now back on. So, do you have us at all, or did you lose us? Checking with Dom here. So, we're good here. All right. So, we tried a different input, Chris. So, if you're still listening, let me know if you have any more crowd noise. Of course, we're at the half, so the crowd not nearly as loud at this point.
Yeah, they're not yelling at the rush right now. So.
Yeah, the clock isn't running. Well, actually, it is running, but it's supposed to. Don't let it run during the course of the game when it's not supposed to. You make everyone angry when that happens.
A lot of people angry.
But nonetheless, we'll see if that changes things for the better. Halftime, of course, is the best time to make any audio adjustments that you may need. But Limon, 14-9 is the score. Marin Haggerty, 6 points, leading all scores, including a late three-pointer, which was big. Megan Pallarino, 4 points. She had the first basket of the game. Hunter Newman with 2. Addie Watts with 2 for Neshannock as well. For Serra Catholic, 4 for Caitlin Pooley, 3 for Kate Clark, and 2 for Callie Cunningham.
Yeah, I'm sitting here waiting for you to say what are the coaches going to come out and tell in the locker room. I wouldn't want to be in either locker room right now because there was a lot of unforced turnovers also. Just a lot, we saw, travels just out of the blue, passes just going nowhere. If trying to force passes in, I mean, it just was not a well-played first half by either team. But the good news is for Neshannock, you still have a 5-point lead. That's the good thing. For Serra Catholic, you're only down by 5 points. That's a good thing, so now coaches, they can try to settle these players down a little bit. I mean, there is a lot on the line. Both teams did qualify for the state playoffs, so it's not their last game of the year, but a lot on the line to go get to the Pete, so the game's going to be played on Friday Friday at 3:00 if that does happen. Whichever team wins here will get to the Pete and play for the championship.
Winner of this will face the winner between top-seeded Our Lady of the Sacred Heart and 5th-seeded St. LaSalle. Those teams are dueling right now at Peters Township's AHN Arena. So that is what's ongoing in the semifinals tonight in Class 2A. As Limon mentioned, the top 7 finishers out of this WPIAL bracket will qualify for the state tournament, so that obviously already includes the 4 teams that are in action this evening. Other games taking your take on Class 2A girls basketball.
2A girls basketball right now. Southern Columbia and Columbia, the top 2 teams in the state. District 4 and District 3. Not used to seeing those teams at the top of the rankings. So surprise there. But Neshannock ranked number 3. Bishop McCourt out of District 6 ranked number 4. And the Ealges team that beat Neshannock. Neshannock's only lost, by the way, to Ealges earlier in the year. They are ranked number 5 in the state. So should be interesting to see if Ealges and Neshannock happen to get to the Pete, how that matchup's going to be. But looking around some of the other teams in the state of Pennsylvania on this side of the state, Mount Lebanon going to be playing tomorrow night for the right to get to the Pete. They are ranked number 2 in the state in District 6. Central Valley, which we talked a little bit about, in South Fayette, which Coach Bacco was part of that team. Thank you, Mr. Lackner. Yeah, South Fayette. Part of that, Coach Bacco coached that South Fayette team. They are ranked number 5 in the state right now. Number 4, in 4A, Villa Maria still number 1 out of District 10. And Blackhawk Cougars, undefeated right now out of District 7 in the WPIAL. They are ranked number 3 in the state. And 3A, Fairview still undefeated out of District 10. They are ranked number 1 in the state. And good old North Catholic. Always you hear about North Catholic. They like to come to the North Allegheny tournament, the girls at times. They're ranked number 4 in the state. And 1A, big 3, Kennedy Catholic, Rochester, and the Union girls, who you just mentioned, ranked 1, 2, 3 in the state. So it should be a fun battle when the state playoffs start next week on March 8th and on March 9th. But always a fun time of the year for me anyways. So love this time of year, getting out to Hershey. So I texted Mr. Dotson to score this one. It's like, oh my. So he's enjoying himself. He's going to have to call the Newcastle boys game at Robert Morris later on tonight. So we're trying to get 4 teams from Lawrence County to the Pete. trying to get the Union girls and the Union boys and the Neshannock girls and then the Newcastle boys hopefully going to be getting to the land of Pete, or the path to the Pete. Yeah, Newcastle boys still ranked number 4 in the state, and Laurel Highlands ranked number 1 in the state of Pennsylvania. So those two teams on a collision course right now. Laurel Highlands undefeated, Newcastle with that one loss so far. So if they make it, Randy, on Friday night, get there early, because the Newcastle, Newcastle fans, they travel, and they travel well, and that's a 9 o'clock game. The place will be full at 5. So if you're part of the 6A girls Class A or 6A championship on Friday night at 7 o'clock, you won't have a seat when you get there. You better get there at 4 or 5 o'clock and watch the previous games.
Indeed, get there early, because if you don't, you may be in a standing room situation, more or less.
Well, you get 10,000 at the Pete, so
yeah.
I mean, they don't use all of it, but at least it's a bigger venue. So, but I mean, I will not be surprised if Laurel Highlands and Newcastle will be in the 7 to 8 range. It's that kind of, because Laurel Highlands undefeated, and they big Rodney Gallagher, you've heard of all over him, the D1 defensive back getting recruited by Pitt, Penn State, and whoever else. Could probably play D1 basketball too if he wants, but not going to. He's going to play all football. So,
well, just about ready to start the second half after a rather quiet first half. 14-9 the score, favoring Neshannock.
And James Dawson says
I like his player of the game nominee.
Yeah,
you don't have to say who it is,
okay.
but we'll keep that between us. But
Good
I
enough.
appreciate that. All right, Serra Catholic with the basketball to begin half number 2. And there's Chloe Portash with some moves. And trying to set up something off the dribble drive. Portash for 3. Short. Rebounded by Addie Watts. Portash, who we talked with Coach Bacco about, said that she has played in big games throughout her career. She's had some lower scoring games as of late, so he said we really need her to step up, especially in a contest tonight against a very good defensive team. Haggerty 3, no. Rebound is out of bounds on a hustling try, but Caitlin Cooley foot on the baseline.
And that's the thing right now, Chloe Portash, no points at all. And we are talking about Coach Bacco, and it's like if she doesn't score, they're in trouble.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough right now.
Nalia Nogue, who also is without a point.
But she's been doing it defensively.
And that's the thing about Nalia Nogue. She can have a game where maybe she scores less, but she still impacts the game in so many other ways. 3, Haggerty, no good. Rebound, Pallarino underneath. Pallarino in some trouble. Tried to get it to Watts. Now it's loose, and we've got a tie-up. Arrows with Neshannock.
Yeah, we have our play of the game coming up after the game. We'll announce the Maley Chiropractic play of the game. All high school student athletes during their sports season, $25 per visit to their office, includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. For full details, visit MaleyChiropractic.com. That's MAHLE chiropractic.com. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Three-pointer spinning out for Watts, but on the offensive glass, Neshannock keeps it. Nalia Nogue, that three-pointer off target. Third chance opportunity. Watts, no. Ball ripped away by Pallarino. We're going to have a fourth chance opportunity on this possession for Neshannock. No points so far in the second half, and that one falls short on the three-point try by Erin Nogue. Thought for a moment we might have that first basket of the half right there, but it fell short. It was online, but short.
Coach G's going to be pulling her hair out right now with all those opportunities, and still no points to the continuation of bad offense from the Shenango game carrying over to this one.
Well, poked out of bounds by Nalia Nogue. The path to this point, this exit on the path to the Pete, the Wexford exit, if you will. Neshannock beating Ellis and Shenango, and that Shenango game that Lee talked about, 35-17 final. As the Neshannock grinding out the win. Maybe in need of doing that again today, as there's a baseline take by Macy McDonough. First basket of the half cuts the Neshannock lead to 3.
Yeah, so McCullough getting that basket. Nice drive.
McCullough, who also participates on the soccer and track and field teams at Serra Catholic, and was on the homecoming court as well. Watts moves in, back to the left side. Quick passing here along the perimeter. Now with some space, Pallarino on the pull-up jumper from the baseline. Too strong on it. And now in transition come the Eagles. Soaring ahead, but a whistle as that ball blocked out of bounds, but with a foul upcoming.
Yeah,
and that'll be charged to Nalia Noge, her second.
Yeah, another wide open look, just nothing but air, just not shooting the ball well. Well, that wasn't a shooting foul.
Clark from the perimeter with Nalia Noge hopping up and down in her face. Will pass it off instead around a screen. Portash will flip to the right. Now sets up Clark for three. Got it, and we're tied 14-all. Kate Clark now up to 6. And Clark, who has emerged as Serra Catholic's second leading scorer this season. One of that talented sophomore group that Serra Catholic has.
Neshannock just looks tentative.
Watts wide open three, rattles out. Watts follows her shot, but the rebound ricochets to Portash, trying to get ahead in transition. Wide open down the floor, and finally the ball comes to her for the lay-in. And that is Caitlin Cooley. And Serra Catholic has its first lead of the game, 16-14. Haggerty three ball, no good. A 5-0 run. Check that, a 7-0 run to start the second half for Serra Catholic. Midway through the third. Blocked out of bounds by Haggerty. Battles thought it was clear sailing, but Haggerty says no.
Yeah, good job. Battles coming around the screen. She was open, but Haggerty, good closing there. Without fouling, going over the back to get the block.
Oh, coming wide open, Battles, but she misses on the bunny. Rebound putback is there, and Brianna Battles with her first basket of the game, and it's now a 9-0 run for Serra Catholic.
Boy, Neshannock in big need of a hoop right now. These fans for Serra Catholic on their feet.
See if Neshannock can come up with an answer. Coach Grabowski refraining from calling the timeout yet. Haggerty three, no. Underneath is Pallarino trying to muscle her way in. Out of a double team, shot blocked. Ball ripped away though by Haggerty as she took it right away from Kate Clark, and it's 18-16.
What big play there. Good steal from behind by Watts.
And Haggerty has 8. Now the steal by Watts. Haggerty has had some big plays in this game. But Neshannock down by 2 suddenly with the opening surge in this half by Serra Catholic. The teardrop falls short on the try by Nalia Noge. Offensive rebound. Erlen Noge, rainbow drops home, and Neshannock grabs the lead.
First points of the game for Erlen. Big one there. Put him back in the lead. Keep that play in mind, my friend.
A 5-0 run for Neshannock. 3-ball missed out of the corner, an air ball on the try by Cooley. Under instruction from Coach Grabowski, Nalia Noge will start the offensive set, moving to the far side. Noge guarded by McDonough, comes to the near side and then fouled. Foul seemed to be behind the play. That'll go against Macy McDonough, her second. Check that, her third. Macy McCullough, excuse me. And another three.
That was by Haggerty. Coming out of the corner.
And Haggerty with 11, as she has had a great evening here at North Allegheny. We've got a timeout.
Yes, another Pawnson Insurance timeout. Remind everybody, just like the teams go to the sideline, they'll listen to the coach and discuss their needs, is what you get at Pawnson Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online at PawnsonInsurance.com. Pawnson Insurance. Love the life you live. Worry-free. Boy, it's been a back-and-forth third quarter here, Mr. Gore.
Yeah, things have opened up a little bit, have they not, in this third? It was a tight-knit first half, 14-9 to Neshannock, but now we've got a little bit more of a game of runs here in the third. It was a 9-0 run by Serra Catholic to take an 18-14 lead. But since then, it was answered by an 8-0 run by Neshannock, including a 3-ball by Erin Nogay and another by Marin Haggerty.
We're doing our traditional Mark Schoss throw the tickets over the shoulder because we did not hit the 50-50 in honor of Mark Schoss. In all the years, we never hit a 50-50, did Mark and I. So
So you almost don't want to win.
Yeah.
Would that be right?
Not quite. No. But it would be great, though. So
Serra Catholic calling the timeout to regroup.
And they only have 2 left right now.
Yeah, 4 remaining for Neshannock, as Coach Grabowski has only used up 1. Coach Bacco also coached for 10 years at South Fayette, where he won 173 games, lost only 18. Won a WPIAL title in 2016. A member of that championship team is now a part of his coaching staff, Carly Ealges, who had a great career at St. Vincent College, and I had the pleasure of broadcasting her games for a number of years in the President's Athletic Conference. She was the Defensive Player of the Year in the PAC last year. How about that passing? But the miss by Watts, rebound, put back, count it. Watts for the 3-point play.
Big time pass, as you mentioned, the perfect bounce pass by Nogay. Watts hanging in there. Missing the first, getting the second, and suddenly we got a 6-point game.
And it's a 10-0 run for Neshannock as a result. And the 3-point play completed, an 11-0 run. Addie Watts.
Yeah, the Neshannock finally wake up.
Now sometimes you need a splash of cold water. It might have been the Serra Catholic 8-0 run, but we'll see if the Eagles can respond. 3 missed from the corner by Cooley. Offensive rebound. Clark short front rim, 2-on-1 in transition. Oh, that ball bounced up off the face of Watts. Took a bad hop. Now transition goes the other way. 2-on-1. Catch up D by Watts. Well, Watts is tough.
You gotta love it. What Coach G say? She just does a little bit of everything. She's a very hard-nosed ball player.
Hard worker, averages 8 points per game, and she was second team all-section in basketball, finished second in the WPIAL at the track and field championships. Did Watts of the javelin throw, and considering track and field for her future.
Yeah, 120 feet did she throw that javelin. Let's see if Serra Catholic can creep back in here.
An 11-0 run. Trying to put to an end that run by the Lancers.
Get that ball in the corner, though.
Haggerty has her trapped, but able to escape is McCullough. Near side 3, rainbow, big answer for Caitlin Cooley. That was a lift that Serra Catholic desperately needed.
And again, Portash is still not scored for Serra Catholic.
Under 30 seconds to play in the third. So the Eagles finding ways to score without Portash on the score sheet. Erin Nogay, 3-point try, well off target, but an offensive rebound chased down by Pallarino. Haggerty will move in baseline, strong move. With a rebound, kicks to Pallarino, banks it home. Foul on Serra Catholic, basket counts. Foul on Battles.
Lancers getting it done on the offensive boards right now. The difference in this third quarter.
Free throw no good. Rebound still loose. And we've got a tie-up. Arrow is with Serra Catholic.
And they're going to have to go to length of the court in just under 7 seconds now. From the looks of it up here, it looks like Neshannock will get the ball to start the fourth quarter.
Ball rolled in. Back to Battles. Waning seconds. Downtown 3. Missed by Cooley, and that'll end the third. So a back and forth third quarter. And it's Neshannock leading it by 6, 27 30-21. We'll pause for a timeout. Back with the fourth when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Hey Scotty fans, it's Mrs. Ryan
and Miss Felina here on behalf of the Union Area Education Association.
And we want to wish all of our Scotties good luck this season. Go Scotties!
I think the key to any attorney-client relationship is trust. My father told me a long time ago, the definition of personal integrity, it's really simple. Do what you say you're going to do. At LGKG, we've been doing that for over 80 years.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
And we are back from neutral site North Allegheny. Neshannock 27, Serra Catholic 21. The Eagles had a 9-0 run to open the third quarter to take an 18-14 lead, but Neshannock answered with an 11-0 run for a 25-18 lead. It's currently 27-21. We start the fourth. Pass tip, but finds its way to Haggerty off the high window. No. Rebound reeled in by the Eagles. Into the forecourt near side. Pordash. Pass going back toward Pordash, but reading that one, Watts fumbles the ball a bit, picks it up, and quickly flips to Haggerty in the forecourt.
What else is Watts going to do tonight?
She has had a fantastic game defensively, especially. And she has contributed 5 points offensively as well. Leading scorer is Marin Haggerty with 11. Now, Limon, your magic number in terms of points was 40.
Yeah.
That might be the true magic number in terms of if you can get to 40 first, you'll win the game. I don't know if anyone will get to 50.
I doubt it. I don't know if anybody's going to get to 40.
Three. Erilyn Nogue trying to help that as it's now 30-21.
Shots are finally falling now. The fourth three of the game here for the Lancers.
And 3 of those 4 coming in the second half. Tall pass reeled in by Cooley, trying to go back to Battles on the block, but it's tipped out of bounds. Watts, of course, with her hands in that area. Ball sent in from the baseline, pickpocketed though by Pallarino. Aaliyah Nogue will bring it up the floor. 9-point lead for Neshannock, largest lead of the game. Will it increase? Yes, it will. Erilyn Nogue with back-to-back trays and a timeout. 6:19 to go in the fourth, and Neshannock suddenly has exploded for a 33-21 advantage.
I want to remind everybody this game and the broadcast rights to this game are the sole and exclusive property of WPIAL and the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent from the WPIAL and the Trib Total Media is strictly prohibited. Coming up after the game, we'll have the Tri-County Principals post-game show. We'll break down tonight's contest, give a final look at the scoring recap, and give out a Player of the Game and Play of the Game awards. That's after the game, our Tri-County Principals post-game show here in the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. And the scores are scrolling across the bottom of your screen, sponsored by the Crane Room. Go ahead and reserve your seat after the game, just a few minutes up the road on Wilmington Road in Neshannock, or place an order for takeout, curbside pickup, dinner, homemade desserts, even a crawler to go. Call to place your order, 724-656-1553, or visit craneroom.com to see their full menu. And Jay, ask for Q sauce. You got it.
So 33-21, Neshannock, and again, a game of runs here in the second half. 9-0 run to open the half by Serra Catholic for an 18-14 lead. And if you include even the 1 3-pointer that Caitlin Cooley made, that broke up what was an 11-0 run by Neshannock to respond. The total run for Neshannock right now, and as it continues, it's a 19-3 run. It's 33-21.
Yeah, it's been impressive.
Crowd right in front of us chanting, "Here we go, Lancers," feeling it. They hope to be at the Peterson Event Center making the same cheer. In transition off the rebound. Nogue caught up to from behind there off the pass from Erlen Nogue to Nalia. Nalia will just reset the offense.
Good decision, though.
Oh, you have a 12-point lead. Might as well wind time.
And there's the foul. Going on McCullough, her third, team's fourth of the second half.
That's her fourth, actually, McCullough.
Oh, wow.
Those have accumulated.
Cunningham will check back in.
And McCullough naturally will check out. Matt Bacco sending her to the bench for the time being. 1997 grad of Serra Catholic. As a steal.
And Nalia just fell down.
So an easy takeaway for Cunningham as a result.
Boy, how about that skip pass?
Battles in traffic. Up with the right. Front rim. Rebound Haggerty.
Yeah, you talk about Coach Bacco graduating 97 and playing basketball. Coach G, she never had a chance to play basketball because there was no high school basketball for women's back then when she graduated. And boy, no contact. Oh, they call it a charge.
Yeah, charge upcoming on Serra Catholic. Or no, I'm sorry, on Neshannock.
Yeah,
My apologies, on
and,
Neshannock.
And you can look at Coach G's reaction right now. Trying to get an explanation right now. Coach Grabowski, she's seen a few of those charges over the years. Yeah, but she never had a chance. And there's another steal by Watts.
Watts fouled from behind with a tomahawk chop by Cunningham. That'll send Watts to the line. Go ahead, Limon, with your story.
Just an interesting, never played high school basketball in her career. Learned basketball by playing against the neighborhood boys on the basketball court. And there's our timeout. We'll just keep it here. And so that's how she learned. And then she went to coaching clinics to try to learn all about the game. And then she put her theories into practice. And she's been doing it for the last 43 years. But she wasn't just a basketball player. She does anything well. You can see by talking to her, Randy, before the game, very intense, competitive at everything she does. But she was on the all-world USSSA softball team back in 1973, 1974. Played for Stan's Auto Sales back in there, and only gave up 7 runs back in 1973. 7 runs in 6 games in 74, and 10 runs in 7 games in 1973. And then we found out another little tidbit on top of that.
Right, Serra Catholic assistant coach Dan Slane, his wife Veronica, who under her maiden name was Veronica Funera, she was the first baseman for that same softball team with Coach Grabowski pitching. So what a small world it is.
Yeah, Coach Grabowski came walking in the gym and says, like, can't you do better than that on the coach? Coach teasing Coach Bacco was like he couldn't believe that Coach Slane was
one of the assistants. Yeah. So small world, and so how about that? Coach Slane's wife was the first baseman for Coach Grabowski on that same softball team, and Coach Slane had said how much of a competitor she was on the softball field as well. Free throw good on the second as well as the first. 7 points now for Watts.
Yeah, but she is part of the USSSA Hall of Fame, Softball Hall of Fame, is Coach Grabowski. Soon to probably be in the WPIAL Hall of Fame after her career is done. It's steal by Erlen.
And there's Nalia to follow to keep possession. Now, winner of this will advance to the championship on Friday at 3 o'clock to face the winner of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart and Seton LaSalle. That game ongoing right now in Peters Township. Baseline take by Haggerty is off target. Well, Serra Catholic, they're A little bit of a desperation mode type of mindset here. They need some baskets in a hurry. And with the way this game has been played, is the ball thrown out of bounds by the Eagles. We knew that points would be at a premium, and being down by 14 points is a huge mountain to climb right now for Serra Catholic with just half of the fourth quarter remaining.
And we're getting close to that 40 mark that I suggested earlier. And right now, Seton LaSalle is leading Our Lady of Sacred Heart 26-16.
And Palorino to increase the lead to 37-21.
So the upset brewing right now.
Pass tip, it finds its way to Cooley, battles in the quarter. 3-ball cranked up, Cooley misses, rebounded by Haggerty. A 16-point lead for Neshannock and growing.
Now looks like 43-41 Ealges with about 4 minutes to go in that game. A good one over there.
Back and forth late in that contest. Here it's Neshannock in control.
Time to run some clock.
Near steal by Portash as she falls. Pops back up on her feet.
And we're going to have to pick a player of the game later on, sponsored by LCAP. We have a tough call for our player of the game, Randy.
Right wing, Nogue, that'll spin out on the try by Nalia Nogue. Sprinting back on defense as Cooley sprints ahead. She finds a wide open Battles for a basket underneath for Serra Catholic.
Yeah, because we can go a couple different directions right now for this player of the game if this score stays the same for the Neshannock and our Ponce's Insurance timeout. Love the life you live, worry-free. At the end of the game, we'll announce our LCAP player of the game, Lawrence County Community Action Partnership, dedicated to enhancing the quality of life within Lawrence County by eliminating and preventing the causes and effects of poverty by mobilizing and directing resources to assist, educate, and promote self-sufficiency. For more information and on to find out how you can assist, visit them online, lcap.org. That's lccap.org. LCAP, they're changing lives.
Well, you mentioned how this has been a game of kind of 6 degrees of separation with some of the coaches, players, and people that we come to know. Of course, you mentioned the great softball nugget with Coach Grabowski and then assistant Coach Slane of Serra Catholic. It was fun for me arriving here today to see Carly Ealges as an assistant coach for Matt Bacco as I had broadcast her games in college. And I also, now Serra Catholic, of course, is in McKeesport. I graduated from McKeesport High School, Coach Bacco from Serra Catholic, but we know many of the same people. We both graduated the same year, so we're the same age. So again, small world. And this has been a blast here tonight on the Lawrence County Sports Network. And right now, it's a great time for the Neshannock Lancers. Erilyn Nogue lays one in from point blank, and the lead swells to 39-23. Ball tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, it was funny. We broadcast the first game between Neshannock and Ellis School, and they sort of had their way with Ellis. And at the end of the game, I went over to Coach Grabowski. We just sort of looked at each other like, "Oh boy!" And she said, "You're not gonna want me on the radio, are you?" It's like, "No, we're not. We're not." And I think she probably feel the same way about this tonight. Getting a victory, but it wasn't pretty.
Well, grinding one out against Shenango, 35-17 in the quarterfinals. It was a slow start with only 23 points scored by the two teams combined in the first half, but Neshannock rolling right now. Palorino with an easy lay-in. She's in double figures with 10. And 3 in double figures now for Neshannock. Air ball on the 3 from McCullough. You got Haggerty with 11, Palorino 10, Erilyn Nogue 11, and Nalia Nogue still without a point, but she doesn't need any tonight.
No.
And again, she impacts the game in so many other ways. Her scoring is really not necessarily paramount in terms of Neshannock winning a game. She makes so many different things happen. As we said with Coach Grabowski, she said she is the entire package. She's got the basketball right now, Malia Nogue, as we're under a minute to go. Neshannock on its way back to the WPIAL championship game. The Lancers, the reigning WPIAL champs, state runners-up. Beat Serra Catholic last year in the title tilt. Fell to Mount Carmel in the state finals, 54-43. And they want to get back to Hershey. And one place we know for sure they're going back to, that's the Peterson Events Center.
Yeah, last year they won the championship here. This year they get a chance to get to the Pete, which is a great thing to have all the championships back at the Peterson Events Center. All the finals there, the 16 foul. I want to thank the Red Zone for sponsoring the bonus. This Red Zone bonus. Spirit sales are a great way for your organization to make money. Organizations from across the county make a combined $4,000 in the last month for just sharing a link. Red Zone does the rest. Call the Red Zone at 724-654-6065 to see how your group can score big at the Red Zone.
Post-game show coming up. Brought to you by Tri-County Principals. As the final buzzer sounds and Neshannock headed to the Peterson Events Center seeking their third WPIAL title in 4 years. The Lancers claim a 41-23 victory. So again, coming up after the game, we'll have the Tri-County Principals post-game show. We'll break down tonight's contest, give a final look at the scoring recap, give out our Player of the Game and Play of the Game awards, and that's after the game. Our Tri-County Principals post-game show here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. That's coming up after this commercial break on the Lawrence County Sports Network and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com.
And welcome back again. It is the post-game show brought to you by Tri-County Principals on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. And we are a final as Neshannock defeats Serra Catholic 41-23. And the Lancers back to the Peterson Events Center. They won the WPIAL championship at the Pete in 2019. The last title came here at North Allegheny in 2021. So kind of taking reminiscent steps back. You come back to where you won the title last year. Now they're going to go back to where they won the title in 2019 and try to win their third in 4 seasons. And as we recap this one, it was 14-9, Neshannock leading at the half. I mean, to be frank, it was a bit of a sloppy first half by both teams. A lot of turnovers, a lot of giveaways. But in the third quarter, we saw more of a flow. Serra Catholic came out with a 9-0 run to open the half for an 18-14 lead. Marin Haggerty hit a big three-pointer. They got things going. And after that, that sparked what would be an 11-0 run for a 25-18 lead. That run was broken up momentarily by a Caitlin Cooley three-pointer, but Neshannock just kept on rolling from that point on en route to the 41-23 victory. In fact, if you think about it, after the 9-0 run by Serra Catholic that got them to the 18-14 lead, Serra Catholic scored only 5 points the rest of the game. So Neshannock was locked down after that, and the offense opened up.
Yeah, so that big three, as you talked about, and then the defense is usually always there for Neshannock, as the offense just took a little bit
get rolling tonight, but they finally did. But a gutsy effort by Serra Catholic being down, all those players tonight, and it really, they were in the game, but unfortunately what Coach Bacco said, if they did not get Chloe Pordash her points, it was going to be a rough sledding, and she was held scoreless here tonight, and that a big difference in the game here for tonight for the Serra Catholic Eagles.
Yeah, they needed some sort of contribution offensively from Pordash, and unfortunately for the Eagles' cause, they did not get any points from the senior who's headed to the College of Worcester. Certainly a bright future for her, but the WPIAL portion of her season comes to an end tonight. Of course, the Eagles will participate in the state playoffs, which will begin next week.
And it looks like our Crane Room out-of-town scoreboard looks like 47-41 Ealges with about 1:40 to go, and they're at the foul line, make it 48-41, so they might get a chance to get that rematch. The third time's a charm. So let's hand out our Maley Chiropractic play of the game, and you were talking about it already.
Well, play of the game in my mind, after it was the 9-0 run by Serra Catholic, it was answered with a big basket by Marin Haggerty, and that sparked what would be an 11-0 run. And Haggerty had a great overall game, 11 points, a couple of three-pointers, and her response with the basket to spark the 9-0 run, in my mind, would be the play of the game.
And that's what we're going with. Maley Chiropractic's proud to present the play of the game award to Marin Haggerty, even the Neshannock Lancers. Maley Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Marin for tonight's play of the game. She'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of Maley Chiropractic in recognition of tonight's play of the game. Video tonight's play of the game will also be featured on the Trib Live High School Sports Network standout platform on Twitter and Instagram. To view tonight's Maley Chiropractic play of the game and the full list of this season's top plays, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Marin Haggerty for tonight's Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Now our LCAP player of the game, which we could have went a couple different directions, Randy.
We could have, and with that said, honorable mention to Addie Watts. She was all over the place defensively, up and down the floor, so she gets a tip of the cap. She finished with 7 points offensively, but it was really her defensive contributions that caught our eye. But ultimately, the 5'6" junior who scored all 11 of her points in the second half, and she was a big reason why Neshannock exploded in half number 2. 3 3-pointers, and again finished with 11 points on the night. Erlen Noge, our player of the game.
Lawrence County Community Action Partnership proud to present the Player of the Game award to Erlen Noge of the Neshannock Lancers. LCAP and the Lawrence County SportsNet, they're proud to honor Erlen for tonight's Player of the Game. She'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of being named tonight's Player of the Game. To view the full list of this year's Players of the Game, go online to lcsportsnet.com and click on Player of the Game. Congratulations to Erlen Noge for being named tonight's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, they're changing lives.
Well, Lee Moan, a lot of fun in this one.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. Thanks for welcoming me aboard. Thanks to James Dotson for welcoming me aboard, and hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Hopefully so.
Well,
pray baseball season.
Hey, however it works, it's all fun. So Neshannock with the win tonight, 41-23. Our producer, Dom Summers, camera operator, Jay Moan, so big thank you to them. My partner, Lee Moan. I'm Randy Gore. Your final score one last time, Neshannock 41, Serra Catholic 23 in the WPIAL Class 2A semifinals. You can follow Neshannock on the network on Friday in the WPIAL championship game at the Pete at 3 o'clock as we say goodbye here on the Lawrence County Sports Network.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.